right. Urban View Mornings. Man, welcome back. Welcome back. I've been needing to talk to my lawyer, and look who it is. Attorney Ikiesha Al-Shabazz, otherwise known as Ikie Speaks. Good to see you back in the place. How are you? What's up?
Peace, peace,
Peace,
peace.
peace,
Good
peace.
morning. Good morning. It's good to be back. It's good to
Oh,
see you
man.
guys.
We
I
missed
have
you.
missed you
Yeah.
all. I
Yeah.
have missed you all. As you know, I am now in the group of motherless daughters. Uh,
Our
yeah,
condolences to
yeah.
you. Yes.
Lost my mom on my birthday.
Mm.
My mom made transition on my birthday.
Yeah.
It was such an important day for her, right?
Wow.
That
Nice.
the day I came
Yeah.
was the day she chose to leave,
I like it.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was powerful. It was powerful. You know, I'm a spiritualist, so
Mm-hmm.
all of that was very, very emotional for me.
Uh-huh.
My mom had me when she was 17, so we pretty much grew up together.
Wow.
Yeah. She was only 70.
Mm.
She was only 70 years
Yeah.
old. So,
Yeah.
so I felt cheated. And even though, as a spiritualist, I understand
Mm-hmm.
that death is an illusion. I understand that,
Yeah.
right? Based on all of the spiritual experiences I have had in this life experience. I understand that. I get that. I still talk to her every day. I
Yes.
feel her. I know she's with me. Um, but I'm hurting still.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I haven't lost my joy, but I have lost some happiness, right? And I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this existence now without my anchor,
That's right.
because that's what she was for me. So I feel a little untethered
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
world, like I'm out here blowing in the wind and it's a little bit of apathy, like kind of like I really don't care about nothing
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can't call my mama
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So no, some people might be fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bought my money for the switch, y'all. You already
Yeah.
know. You
No, that's
already
all
know.
good. So
So,
how?
so, but thank you. So, thank you for reaching out because I appreciate that, and
Mm-hmm.
my amazing family and amazing friends, who have been, the support that I've needed, checking on me, making sure I'm still breathing, even when I can't form words.
Yeah.
And you know how grief is. Grief is one day
It's a
I'm fine, and the next day
monster.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't even breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah. It's
monster.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Now,
I'm taking
now,
heads off for no reason.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, of course. Now, the talk to everyday piece, that
Yeah.
that takes the place of that suffocation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, have to. Because
Yeah.
my mom lived with me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I got to pass her bedroom every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haven't gone in there to do the packing up and stuff yet. Not there yet. Not ready for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just being able to do that and just have her in conversation with me, spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
helps.
Yeah.
Helps. But the absence is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
physical absence,
Right.
that hurt.
Yeah.
That
And
hurts.
that's the one that's going to take the time. That's the one
Yeah,
that's going
that
to take
takes
the time.
time.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of
Now,
time.
now you
Yeah.
said you're a spiritual person and you understand what death is. Were you always that,
Yes.
or did you arrive
Um,
at that through this situation?
I see her now. I have always been a spiritual person, spiritual child. My grandmother told me stories of when I would pass a funeral parlor or something, I would talk about the people I saw.
Mm.
I lost that somewhere in between,
Yes.
that childhood
Mm-hmm.
innocence.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got older, I always had a curiosity about it. And so I started to learn. I started to read. I went under the practice of a mumbo.
Mm.
I don't need to tell y'all all my
Yeah. You had
business,
the eye.
but
You had the eye.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
still have it.
Yeah.
I still do. I've done readings at times. I have some clients that I do readings for. Um, Most of the time, clients come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Spirits are amazing interventional, on intervening. I had to make
Yeah.
them
Yeah. That's fine. We'll take
interventionalists.
it.
Can I
I'll
make that
allow it.
up? Can I
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
up?
I'll allow
Okay.
it.
they will intervene on your behalf. And if they see one of us, and those of us who we all have this gift, but not all of us acknowledge
In
it.
tuned
So
it,
those of
yeah.
us who acknowledge it, it's like a little beacon for spirits. They're like, oh, there's one. She will send a message for us, right? And so they will reach out to me, and I'll be like, listen, I got a message for you. And it may don't mean nothing to me. I'm just a messenger, right? But most of the time, I have never had a message that was not valuable to the person it was for. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good that you know that she's still close. She's not
Oh
far.
yeah. Oh yeah.
She's
Oh
not
yeah.
far.
No. Absolutely. Yeah. It's also a challenge for those of us who are spiritually gifted and have been on the other side, have spoken, have interacted with transitioned spirits. It's hard to stay here because you know what's over there. It's hard to stay here.
I could
A
imagine.
lot of people will tell you that. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, it's amazing over there. So I know where she is, and I know she's good. She's amazing. She's powerful.
Yeah.
I'm like, you powerful, Mom, because I see the things that you are doing here, and I'm amazed by that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, well, we definitely extend
Yeah, that's a whole
all
nother show.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's
That's a
it's
show.
major, easily that could be.
Yeah,
But we
it is.
send you our continued love and support
Thank
and
you.
appreciation.
Thank you.
A lot of people
And I
have,
receive it.
a lot of people have reached out, social media, really missing your voice, and so I'm sure they are glad to stand with you as well. I'm glad to have you back. So.
I'm grateful. I am.
Now,
I'm grateful.
During that time, you were also like right around that time.
Yes.
You also went viral, and I had people hitting me about that. Right? They was like, "So this is how dumb people can be," and I say dumb like in love. They hit me. They inboxed me. Ain't this your girl? It was like news clips of you on the news, and I'm like, hey man, don't be sending me no stuff like that. Then I hit you, and I'm like, this you?
Yeah.
And you like,
Yeah,
yeah, that was me. What
me.
if you could, if you are at liberty to
I can talk about it.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
because this is a highly publicized case, and I say highly only to the people on the Upper West Side of New York, because don't nobody else know about this damn case.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I
I
thought.
talked to a lot of people there, and they ain't never heard about no dog case on the Upper West Side. I represent a man named Joseph Columbus who lives on the Upper West Side. He has a American bully dog named Rambo. On occasion, he would foster another dog, which was a pit bull, which was his ex-girlfriend's. Now, ex-girlfriend, they got a dog. They broke up, but he still got the dog every now and then. They
Joint
would go
custody.
on a little dog. Right.
Yeah, I'm
Joint
coming to get
custody.
y'all on Friday. You know what I mean?
And oddly enough, the plaintiff in this case had the very same arrangement
Okay.
with their dog, a Chihuahua. Anyway, my client is walking his dog in March. Was it March? May. No, May of this year on the Upper West Side. He had his dog on a leash. Both of the dogs were on a leash. There was another individual who now is the plaintiff in this case. He is the boyfriend, right? He's got the weekend. He's got the dog for the weekend. And he's walking about half a block behind my client. My client then stops where he is because there's a dog approaching him, and they are trying to make space on this sidewalk, which is very narrow because there's a restaurant there that has tables and chairs and all of this, right? So my client, it's literally stopped on the sidewalk when this guy with the dog, who is a plaintiff in this case, decides that he doesn't have to wait. I don't have to wait. I'm going to squeeze my way and drag my little Chihuahua past these two very big dogs. What you think the Chihuahua did? How you think the Chihuahua responded to being placed in that type of environment? How do you think the other dogs responded to having been approached from behind by another dog?
Yeah.
So
I saw the video.
The video is awful. This should never happen. But this is not a product of dogs. This is a product of people.
Oof.
Oftentimes, and any dog trainer will tell you that issues with dogs are often the issues with their owners. right? And so the Chihuahua reacts to being behind these dogs. The dogs react to the Chihuahua, and there's the dogs, they get into an altercation. Now, the Chihuahua is not killed, thankfully, not even viciously injured, was fully recovered in 2 weeks. The Chihuahua's female owner, the girlfriend, well connected, Upper West Side, has all manner of media outlets. So she drives the narrative. She gets to tell the story.
It got on the news. That's what
It got
tripped
on
me
the
out.
news. I got Chris Cuomo. We would like to know, do an interview on Newsmax. Get the fuck out of here, Chris. Fuck you and your brother. I'm not talking to y'all about this dumb shit. You know how many things you could call me to talk about, Chris Cuomo? This ain't it.
The dog case.
This ain't it. So the law in New York on dangerous dogs is, if the court determines that your dog is a dangerous dog, the court can order
to put him down.
Either you be, that's in an aggravating circumstance, the court can order your dog to be euthanized, right? Ultimately, that's what they want. They wanted his dogs euthanized. So in order to make this worse than it was, they went to the police, the plaintiffs in this case, and they decided to lie. They decided to file a false police report and say that the dogs also bit the girlfriend of the boyfriend who was walking the Chihuahua. The Chihuahua bit the girlfriend. But they wanted to make it seem like this was an issue that my client needed to be arrested right away because his dog is not just attacking dogs, he's
vicious
attacking
mauling.
people.
It was a mauling.
Yes. This is the lie they constructed. I got text messages of this white woman, and this is the problem with white women in America who think that there are, ain't no alleged, I got proof of this, Carolyn Bryant. We could name them. We could name them, right? Because they think that their lies are innocuous. They're not harmful, right? Because I'm a good person, right? But your lies are harmful. They absolutely are. And fortunately enough, the police department, shout out to the NYPD, was like, get the fuck out of here. We're not even going to take that complaint because that ain't no bite by no damn pit bull. We know better than that, right? But you tried it. You tried it. Now, my client's dogs had another altercation in January, right? And one of the dogs that they had an altercation with, that dog was killed.
Okay.
Another incredibly sad situation. But once again, all of the details are not out. My client is in an enclosure, right? Closed in with his dogs. These dogs are not reacting. I got videos of these dogs in this enclosure. People walk by.
You represented him on that one too? On that case too?
No, this is all in the same lawsuit.
Okay.
Same lawsuit.
Yeah.
Same. This one of the plaintiffs is the owner of the dogs from January.
Got it.
The problem is she had her dogs off the leash, and you lost control of your dogs. Your dogs then ran into the enclosure where they were. I'm sorry, lady. You lost control of your dogs. Again, owners not being responsible. You shouldn't have had your dog off the leash, or you should have had the power to recall them. But they weren't listening to you. So one of them ran into the enclosure and got into an altercation with the dogs. That dog was not killed. Everything was fine after that. He got hold of the dog. He got injured while he was trying to break them up. But this woman was like, I need your information. While she has her other dog in her hand, she decides to put that dog down. That dog is blind. There's two dogs that just got into an altercation with one of your other dogs, and you think it's wise to engage this man with two dogs he's trying? Come on.
A new target.
Come on. And then that dog was killed. Awful.
Yeah.
But the law is this an act where these dogs acted when they were not provoked? And that's just not what happened. They were absolutely provoked.
Now,
and so that's the defense.
So this case is essentially over. That's why you're able to talk about it?
No, so this case is not over. No, I'm able to talk about it because they're talking about it.
Okay.
Because they're talking about it. Because I'm getting messages on Instagram and LinkedIn calling me all kinds of nigger, and I hope
Yeah,
you die. I
yeah,
hope you
yeah,
get put down like that dog. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it because this is what you have engendered.
yeah.
The plaintiffs in this case, going on Reddit and starting groups where you have exposed my client's address,
Mm.
his where he had worked in the past. They have called his former employee. You know how these people can be. Doxed him, kinds of stuff, all kinds of stuff.
And so when I first started getting the clips and the news clips and some of the the different various disgusting postings that were on social media, and I'm talking nationwide, like, and
Yeah.
I was just fascinated. That's why I called you. I was fascinated because I'm like, I can admittedly, full transparency, I'm not a dog lover. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
dogs. I don't know nothing about
Mm-hmm.
them. I don't know the protocols, the etiquettes.
Yeah.
So even you
Mm.
describing the situation that caused the event, I was like, wow, that's you got to keep dogs away from dogs. I didn't even know like that. You got to keep the small dog out of the way of the
Sometimes.
big dog. Yeah, right.
Sometimes. Right.
But just
Sometimes.
just the reaction to people over you defending this guy,
Yeah.
over a dog situation
Right.
just blew me out the water. I was
It's
like, are y'all
mind-boggling.
serious?
Are y'all serious?
Are y'all
Right. How could
serious?
you take that case? I'm sorry. Where were you when I was representing the young man who confessed to a murder? You
Hmm.
didn't have an issue with that, like a whole person died.
Mm,
Nobody had an issue with me defending any of the murder cases that I have defended, and there have been quite a few, and
mm,
I've won them all.
mm,
Nobody said, "Hey, you got that guy off, and he actually killed my son."
mm,
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's coming for me. Nobody cares that I represented a young man who was accused of raping his girlfriend's daughter.
mm.
Nobody came for me on that. You know what I'm saying? So don't come for me because I represent a dude and some dogs. I'm not.
Wow.
Nah, it's not going. You got to go somewhere else. Get
Wow.
out of here with that. Go that way.
Man, go that. When is the
Yeah. Go
movie
that
coming
way.
out?
Go
Criminal.
that right.
So you've told us before, but I can't remember. You've worked both sides of the aisle.
Yes.
Criminal
Yes.
defense,
Hmm.
prosecutor. Like,
Yes.
which one has been more intense for you? Because I want to
Ooh,
assume,
that's
but
hard.
I can't.
Oh.
I might not get it right.
Oh, goodness. I will say being a defense attorney is far more intense, it's far more burdensome, it's far more challenging because you literally have someone's life in your hands, right? And I take that so seriously. The people that I represent look like me. They
Mm-hmm.
look like my kids. They look like my sons. The women, the mothers, I want to give you your kid back. I
Mm.
want to give you your kid back. And sometimes I'm the only hope,
Now,
right?
even in examples that you just gave, does it ever? And I don't know. And stop me if I'm asking too much. But does it ever affect your spirit? The work that
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm human.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm human. But, the challenge sometimes is to make sure that I understand that I signed up for this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And every person is entitled to a zealous defense.
Mm.
Every person.
Talk that.
That's just what it
That's
is.
what the law
And
is.
in my job is not to feel any kind of way about what you were accused of.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to make sure I put the people to their burden, right? And when I say that, I mean the people must prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt
Right.
with competent evidence. So I have to make sure that that is what is happening in the courtroom. And if it's not, then this person gets to go home with me.
Mm.
Well, not with me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. 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 We out of here. We walking
you know
out.
what I
We're
mean, right?
going that way. Yeah.
We're going out together
Yeah.
in the same door.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, real quick, I want to take a call. Somebody wants to say hi to you. Let's go to Virginia and talk to Lauren. Lauren, welcome to the program.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Good. How
Good
you? You
morning.
know,
Good.
Ikie speaks.
Thank, thank you so much for taking my call. I love the show, and I love it when Ikie is on. I just had to call
Oh,
and say good morning. I missed you so
oh,
much. Where have you been? On vacation?
oh. No, I was grieving, sis. I was grieving. I lost my mom on my birthday, June 26th, and it took me some time to form words again. It took me some time, and
Well,
I'm still trying to. Yeah, I
yeah,
still lose them. Yeah, I'm
Mm.
still trying to find my
yes.
way.
You have my condolences. I
Thank you.
understand your grief. My mom passed in 2021, so you have
Sorry
my
for your loss.
sympathy. You have my sympathy. But I
Thank you.
just wanted to say that I miss you so much. I haven't called in before,
Mm.
but I love when you're on, and you are just so brilliant and inspirational to me. And I love your voice. I love your voice,
Oh,
Ikie. I really do. Thank you so
oh,
much for
thank you so
being a
much.
part of Urban View Mornings.
Mm. That's awesome. Thank you, Lauren. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
Okay,
much,
thank you,
Lauren. Thank
Lamont.
you so
Hey,
much
thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm glad you listened.
I love you. I
Yeah,
really do.
that's what's up. Yeah, that's real. Can't fake that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We're gonna let's do this. Let's take a early quick break, and then we jump right into some of these cases on the other side.
You're listening to Urban View Mornings on Sirius XM Urban View. We'll be right back. You're listening to Urban View Mornings with Greg Carr and Lamont King
on Sirius XM.
All right, welcome back to it. Top of the morning to you. Hey, it's 25 minutes past the top of the hour. Get to where you're going. They're waiting on you. It's Urban View Mornings. Dr. Greg Carr, who's in Egypt currently, and Lamont King. Appreciate you. Alongside Ikie Speaks, attorney Ikiesha Al-Shabazz, otherwise known as ATTY, Ikie Speaks on social media. We are talking to our lawyer. Now, if you're new here, we got some new people here. On Thursdays from time to time, we try to get an authoritative voice on to kind of parse through some of the legal stories. Everybody knows what they know and legalese and legality, and they said this would happen. He said he was going to get 10 to 20 years. So I was like, nah, I'm going to talk to my lawyer, man, and sort through these stories and make it plain for where the goats can get it. Before we get into the story, so first I mentioned earlier, sidebar, random, Washington Black. Have you heard of this show on Hulu?
Yes. I'm watching it. Stop hating on Washington Black.
I need help. Should I continue? I
That's
couldn't make
our
it.
Forrest Gump. It's our Forrest Gump. That's how I see it.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing it, right? Because he ran into Nat Turner.
I ain't get there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I'm
All
on
right, that's how I
episode
see it.
1, and I was struggling
Okay.
to stay awake. So you're saying keep rocking.
Yeah, keep rocking.
Okay.
Rock out.
I needed that.
Because that's how I received it. And my great grandfather's name was Wash. So I kind of feel that could have been him.
Yeah, you partial.
Yeah, I kind of a little connection there. Like,
because he said that.
I liked it.
That's where I fell asleep yesterday. He was like, they call me Wash. That's where I got to. That's as far as I got.
Yeah.
And I was like, another slave? How many slaves we going to be? I was like,
I know.
Yeah. All right. So
I know.
I'll revisit that. I'll take another attempt at it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. First story. And some of these have a legal angle. Others, I'm just looking for additional understanding. All right. So Rwanda. This is reported from the Griot. This is last week. Rwanda has accepted up to 250 deportees from the U.S. under the president's third country. Let me cough. Hold on. Under the president's third country plan, they agreed to accept 250 deportees. The U.S. is seeking more deals with African countries, as we've talked before, to take deportees under the president's plan to expel people who he says entered the U.S. illegally and are the worst of the worst. They've already sent 13 immigrants to 2 other African nations, South Sudan and Eswatini. The U.S. has also deported hundreds of Venezuelans and others to Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Panama, minus the food delivery scooter drivers in Washington, D.C., because they're all still here. They described the 8 men that were sent to South Sudan and 5 men sent to Eswatini as dangerous criminals who have been convicted of crimes in the U.S. Put a push pin on that, because I'm going to come back to that. Rwanda, an East African nation of around 15 million people, struck a deal in 2022 with the United Kingdom to accept migrants who had arrived in the UK to seek asylum. They came seeking asylum, and then they got sent to jail. Under the proposed deal, their claims would have been processed in Rwanda, and if successful, they would have stayed there. All right, so blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
So these 13 individuals, there's no knowledge, or at least any posted knowledge in this article, of what crimes they committed, what time they're getting, who they are, where they're from. So my question to you, from a legal standpoint, have they, in Mike Tyson's words, have they vanished into Bolivia? Are they gone? Are they gone forever?
Probably.
Wow.
Right? Probably, because who? Okay, first of all, to me, I think this is a humanitarian crisis. My question, though, is, and journalism is dead because this article tells us nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Right.
What is Rwanda getting, and why are they open to receiving dangerous criminals? Why are they open? And where are the dangerous criminals going?
Like,
are they going to a prison in Rwanda?
Yeah. Is it somebody's crib? Is it an exchange program?
Is it a slave camp?
Yeah.
Is it a slave camp? You know what I mean? What's happening? What is this popular? Because remember, the article references back in 2022 when the UK was diverting their refugees to an outpost in Rwanda. Oh, you want to come to the UK? You got to go to Rwanda and apply for refugee status. And if you are granted refugee status by the UK, you get to stay in Rwanda. Like what? What? And so the humanitarians were like, you can't do that, and they scrapped that plan. So Rwanda's back at it, like, okay, so that didn't work. We couldn't get those people, but we're going to get these people from Trump. For what? For what? Yeah. And on the heels of this birthright citizenship, where they're trying to take away citizenship from people, I'm afraid, I'm concerned, right? That this could be that slippery slope.
Right.
Because you start out with what you call dangerous criminals who are illegally here. And next you're going to say dangerous criminals who are legally here.
And then just criminals.
Right? Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The legal ones, right? Right? Oh, you can just call them dangerous. That doesn't mean anything,
right?
Right? We don't. That moniker has no real meaning. So yeah, that's it. So who's next? Right? Who's next? What's the goal?
And
I'm concerned.
And I'm sure there's a monetary value attached to that.
Yeah.
To that agreement.
Gotta be. Yeah. Where's that journalist who wrote this article? Yeah. Where's the research?
Yeah.
Right? Because there needs to be more information about how this is happening, because this is supposed to be a deal, right? A deal. So there's negotiations. That means that each side is going to get some sort of benefit, right? That's why you enter into a negotiation. That's why you contract, right? And so what is Rwanda getting besides these people who are going to cost money to house them, right? So they're not doing this. They're not just doing this out of the graciousness.
No way.
Of their right.
And you know, they don't even have to, when you look at this, right, and you say, well, what does this got to do with me? Well, they don't even have to revamp the modern day American prison industrial complex. They only have to revamp it. They don't have to do nothing to it. You can just get your investor buddies, your developers, to just open up private situations overseas. And then just now you got 14 of them in Rwanda, you know what I mean, or some vast, sparse place, lowly populated place.
Yeah, and you'll have a pool, a whole citizenry, a pool of citizens ready to funnel into those newly formed private prisons.
No oversight, and then you could sell it to people here, right? And you could be like, oh, well, you complained about us having a prison in your district. Well, guess what? There's no more prisons here. They're all overseas. Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
let's keep an eye on how that plays out, right? And how that develops. Because right now it's illegal, dangerous criminals, but we'll see what it is tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next up, here's another mass distraction. CBS News is reporting. Now, I talked about this yesterday, but I'm sure you have more to add to it. So there were some subpoenas that went out. If you were paying attention while you were asleep, Bill and Hillary Clinton subpoenas went out in a new Epstein, attached to the Epstein probe, filed by the Department of Justice on Tuesday. Right, so they sent out subpoenas: Merrick Garland, Bill Barr, Alberto Gonzalez, Jeff Sessions, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, former FBI directors James Comey and Robert Mueller. They say letters went out and was like, "Hey man, we just want to bring you in to talk." The records from the Justice Department must be turned over by August 19th, according to the Oversight Committee, and the depositions are scheduled for throughout August, September, and October, just in time for must-see TV, competing with football, because we got to be watching that. Epstein, of course, who was charged with federal sex trafficking crimes in 2019 and apparently died by suicide in a jail that's no longer in existence. And Ghislaine Maxwell was recently moved to a low-security situation 2 weeks ago in exchange for her, I guess, new cooperation and testimony on behalf of, the subpoenas, former president and Hillary Clinton. They say, as I read some other stuff attached to it, that this hasn't happened in this way before.
Yeah. No, we haven't seen this, but again, it's one thing to send out subpoenas, it's another thing for them to actually be abided by. Right?
Okay, how
So
do you
can
not
send
abide
someone-
by a subpoena?
You have your lawyer file a motion to quash.
Okay.
Quash, Quash, not
Motion
squash.
to quash.
Quash.
Does squash come
Right.
from quash?
No, but
Is that? It could be. Wait a minute. Okay.
I don't know the etymology of the
Yeah,
word.
maybe. I'm curious
But
now.
it's quash.
Motion to
Right,
quash.
right.
Okay. Motion to quash.
I'll circle back and let me know that.
Yeah,
All right. But yeah, so basically, you can make the argument that either you don't have any information that is available, or there's a technical defect in the subpoena. There are a lot of different grounds for you to make a motion to quash, which could either delay or prevent you from testifying. But here's what Ikie got different insight, right?
Okay.
All right.
That's why we're
so
here.
Here's. So the prosecutor from the Diddy trial, Maureen Comey, right? Maureen Comey is the daughter of James Comey.
Okay.
Maureen Comey just got fired from the Southern District after they lost the Diddy trial. Maureen Comey was the prosecutor on the Jeffrey Epstein case.
Hey, it gets good.
You want to subpoena somebody? You want to talk to somebody who might actually come and talk? Because she should be a little pissed off right now, right? She should be a little tight. And she's seen all the discovery. She's seen it all. Subpoena her. Don't play in my face. Subpoenaing these people, they got big time lawyers that's going to shut all that shit down. Subpoena her. Because she actually might come and say, yes, it was Trump. His shit was all over that day. Right?
You don't think she has the same, crew around her, insulating her?
I think, why would she?
Okay.
They fired her. She has no allegiance to this government.
Got it.
Right? They fired your daddy. Right?
That's right.
They smoked your cousin.
Yeah,
No?
you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
They could do nothing for
Yeah. They smoked your cousin.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her.
Wow. I wonder if Chris.
Why you didn't send her a subpoena?
I wonder if Chris Cuomo called her.
Yeah. Call her, Chris.
Yeah.
Have your people reach out to her.
Yeah.
See what she knows.
Yeah. So with moving, and I heard that this morning, Ghislaine Maxwell, to a low security situation.
Yeah.
What do
she
you?
had Camp Cupcake. We call it.
Yeah.
Camp Cupcake. Right.
So is that are they inching closer to the door, or
They're
are
trying
they?
to assuage her to, come in and tell us some things, right?
Well, they
But
already sat with her.
I'm
They
in-
said 80 hours or whatever, and they said she didn't give up much.
Right. She ain't gonna wouldn't give you a goddamn thing. I'm still in jail.
Got it. Okay.
I'm still in jail.
Got you.
I'm still in jail.
Yeah.
And somebody talking about commuting my sentence. Somebody talking about a pardon. Somebody talking about forgiving the rest of this sentence. Somebody talking about letting me go home and serving the rest of this on home arrest. Like, y'all nah. I don't got nothing to say because Camp Cupcake ain't feeling like home. So I don't think she's going to talk. I don't know if I was her lawyer. I'd be like, we got some things to say, but we can't say it from here.
Yeah.
We got to say it from our couch.
Remotely. Yeah, we got
Exactly.
working from home.
From
Yeah.
home. Right.
This back to office for 20 years situation is not cutting it. It's not
at
cutting it.
all,
Yeah.
at all, at all.
All
So
right.
we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out because
Now,
she know where all the bodies are buried.
so in another article that I saw, they were talking about, they were tying it to the subpoenas and kind of explaining like Bill Clinton, like why, and
Right.
they loosed out the information on the flights that he caught and
Yeah,
where
right.
he went and the travel that he took and it was for the Global Clinton Initiative and work he did in Haiti and
Right.
but he said if I believe what I read, he said he had never technically been to the island. But there are previously reports that was like, yeah, I was at the island and I saw Bill Clinton.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
if he does come to the table, how does he work around that? And what information would they even think Hillary had?
Well, Hillary probably knows of her husband's whereabouts.
Okay, got it.
Right? And so sometimes it's not about how much you do or do not know. They just want to see how much your information conflicts with the other information. So if you come in and tell me on Tuesday you were at the Stop and Shop, right? Your wife might not know that you were there or not there, but she might come in and tell me on Tuesday that you told her you were at the Safeway,
Got it.
right? So now I got an inconsistent statement that I can confront you with. So it might just be a fishing expedition at this point just to get information to see which information conflicts with the information that we already have, right?
Now,
So
I thought that spouses can't,
if you assert it, if you
Okay,
assert
okay,
it,
okay,
if you
okay.
assert, so there is something in the law called spousal privilege.
Yeah, that's the
If
one.
you assert spousal privilege, you can keep keep your spouse from testifying against you.
Mm.
But it has to be asserted,
Okay.
right? If you're willing to go forward and testify, you can waive any type of privilege. All of these things are waivable,
Got it.
right? Yeah, you hold that. It's
All right.
the privilege belongs to the person who holds it, so they can waive it.
Good luck to them or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or not,
Or not.
right?
All right, let's move on. Here we go. So the Supreme Court, this is from blackenterprise.com. The Supreme Court they may gut key voting rights protections just on the heels of
Again?
yesterday. Right.
Say again.
Yesterday, 60-year anniversary of the Voting Rights Act. Experts warn black electoral power is on the line once again.
Yeah.
Supreme Court
Yeah.
is reviewing a major redistricting case from Louisiana that could significantly weaken the Voting Rights Act by questioning whether states can create additional majority black districts to ensure fair representation. At the heart of the case is whether creating such districts violates the Constitution, particularly the 14th and the 15th Amendments, even when done to remedy racial discrimination in voting access. Two federal courts have issued conflicting rulings. One said that Louisiana violated the Constitution by having only one majority black district out of 6. Another claimed the state's attempt to add a second majority black district was unconstitutional for relying too heavily on race. Judge Clarence Thomas and other conservative justices have long opposed race-based remedies, favoring a race-neutral approach to redistricting, despite historical evidence of systemic disenfranchisement of black voters. That is word for word from blackenterprise.com. My question is,
Yeah.
They're doing that whole fake reverse racism thing again. But
Right.
tied to what's happening in Texas, are they
Right.
not doing the same thing?
Yes.
Are they
That's
not
exactly-
redrawing the
yes.
lines based on
Yes.
there are more white
Yes.
people in these lines than there are not? Aren't they doing the same damn thing? I'm so confused when I be
absolutely are.
reading some of this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like my head is going to explode, right? Because this is gerrymandering. This is the very thing that the Voting Rights Act was to speak to, right? One of the ways in which Black people were disenfranchised during Jim Crow, during, once we got the right to vote, right? So this is par for the course. They've been doing this. And when I say that again, but the Supreme Court has been trying to gut the rest of what's left of the Voting Rights Act. Because remember, 2013, this is when we need Dr. Carr, because his memory is so much better than mine. But Shelby County case 2013, when they gutted Section 4 and 5 of the Voting Rights Act. Now, So the Voting Rights Act, right? It's still legitimate. It still says you can't discriminate against people based on race, things of that nature, right? But there was a section that the Supreme Court found unconstitutional back in 2013. This was the pre-clearance section. This was the section that said, if you want to change anything about your voting, we got to check first because you got a history of discrimination. You got a history of maybe poll tax, literacy tests, grandfather clauses, right? All of the shit that used to be in place that blocked people from character tests. There was so many things that blocked Black people from voting, right? This was to speak to that thing. And if you had a history of that and you wanted to change some things, pre-clearance said you had to ask first. So you couldn't do the shit you're trying to do in Louisiana. You couldn't do the shit you're trying to do in Texas pre-2013. But now you can. So now the question is, does it violate other parts of the Voting Rights Act? And it does. It absolutely does. But the way they're doing it is to try to make it seem like this is a race neutral this is a race neutral thing we're doing, drawing these lines. It has nothing to do with race. But the impact, which is a lot of times what we have to look at when we're looking at constitutional conflicts, the impact in how this redistricting and redrawing, the impact will have a disproportionate effect on Black people. And so that's what makes it unconstitutional, whether it is race neutral or not. If it has a disproportionate effect on us, then it's unconstitutional. And what y'all are doing is definitely geared at Black people and trying to minimize or dilute their vote, our vote. I say there because I don't live over there, but it's collectively, it's our vote, right? So I think they're going to lose, unfortunately. I think they're going to lose because the Supreme Court, this is what they want. They want to be able to have these legislators draw these maps with impunity.
Now, could we,
without question,
is it a wild, outlandish hope that they win? And so that we can use that winning verdict in Texas?
Wild and outlandish.
Okay.
Only because the numbers aren't there, right? It's a 6-3 majority. Even if you could convince one of them that historically the Voting Rights Act would prohibit this, right? And it's not race-based, but the precedent that we have is that's still 5-4. It's still 5-4. You still lose. And you got one. And that's hard to do, to even get one. Right? 6-3 is very difficult to overcome. And I just don't see it. I don't see the numbers. I don't see which judge, over on the conservative side would say, no, I don't see not one. I'm just trying to think.
Right. You're going down the list, right? Yeah.
Yes, no, because we know it's not going to be Thomas. I mean, we've seen some flickering here and there with Amy Coney Barrett every now and then, but she toes the line. Kavanaugh every now and then, but not on this issue. He's going to toe the line. So I don't see anybody who could break and help, the three. Sotomayor, Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson. I don't see who could. They would need two of them.
All right. We got a specific question on the Voting Rights Act, but we're going to take a break first and come right back to it.
Miss some of today's show? Want to hear it again? Favorite Urban View Mornings on the Sirius XM app to hear our latest episodes. And now, Urban View Mornings with Greg Carr and Lamont King.
Man, party people, gather round. What we have here is a brand new sound. Reach for my waist, you hit the ground. You better duck when that awful sound goes. Yeah, that's what's happening in the parking lot. Yeah, that's what's happening on stage.
All right, back in. We are back in. It's Urban View Mornings on 126. That's the channel that you're listening to. It's next to 127 and just above 125, and it's where talk empowers and becomes action. Dr. Greg Carr is in Egypt right now. Lamont King in studio. Mr. Lamont King on all social media alongside Attorney Ikiesha Al-Shabazz. Ikie speaks for Talk to My Lawyer Thursday. Real quick before I get into these last 2 points. So here's the power of connection and resonance and the power of these airwaves. So I talked about Wash Black earlier, and I expressed all the things that why the show didn't grab me. And total stranger in my inbox, Riley says, hey, man, give Washington Black a chance. I was like you. I fell asleep and woke up. And Wash was on a pirate ship. And I was like, oh, I got to go back and see what happened. All the dialects, because I complain about the dialects, all the dialects will be explained when you watch the whole series. You will enjoy it. And I am a Capricorn like you, so it doesn't take much to get us uninterested. Absolutely true. But it was a really good show. Trust the process.
All right.
So thank you for that. That's what
Right
I
on,
needed.
Riley.
Yeah, that's what I needed. I'm going to go back in at your recommendation. Go back in. So appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right, last two things, non-legal related. This first one has to do with New York. So New York Times is reporting that Donald Trump is apparently weighing getting involved in the New York City mayor's race. Have you heard this? They say the possibility, this is their words, the possibility that Mr. Trump would somehow involve himself in New York politics could inject a new element of unpredictability into an already fractious contest. It remains far from certain how or if Mr. Trump will ultimately make his presence felt. And in recent weeks, some Republicans close to the administration have indicated that the president might simply sit it out. So basically, they're just talking. Somebody's just floating that idea out of there, because you never know who he would even get behind. Eric Adams.
Wait,
Cuomo.
but we already know that he's involved in New York politics. We saw what happened with Eric Adams' federal case.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So why they acting surprised? Like, what? Don't play in my face. Of course he's going to be involved in New York politics. He wants to try to make sure he can somehow get the governor, right? Whoever, the mayor can schmooze the governor, because he's got that, couple $100 million that Letitia James is trying to get out that ass.
Yeah.
So that judgment is still around, all right? So, yeah, he's going to be very heavily invested, and that's just one reason why he is.
Now,
absolutely.
What if his silly ass just says, you know what, I'm going to run. I don't like any of you. I'm going to run. What if he runs for mayor as president? He's dumb enough to do it. Hey, we've seen worse. We have seen.
I'm sure that somewhere that is prohibited.
Sure he don't give a damn about no prohibitions.
I know, right?
He don't give a shit about no prohibitions. He's trying to federal takeover of Washington D.C. and just because he feels like it.
No, so I much, and I want to say rather, but I'm more. I would be not surprised. Let me put that, if he somehow has, what's his name, Mamdani. Yeah, Mamdani. He has him picked up by ICE.
Oh,
have him picked up by ICE. You're not a citizen. You're not a citizen. You're a dangerous criminal, as a matter of fact. Send your ass on over
I feel like that they framed that about a couple weeks ago, and it lasted about a week, and then that went away.
Right, but it could come back around. Sure, especially when you sending people to Rwanda.
I saw something.
Don't send him.
I saw something on one of the X or whatever, and they were saying how recent polling amongst Jewish New Yorkers. I don't know how accurate this is, so I'm just repeating it. Jewish New Yorkers showed, and they broke up the percentages between Adams and Cuomo, and I forget who the third candidate was, and they left Mamdani out. But when the actual number was reposted, Mamdani was higher than the other three.
Okay.
And they were saying how as long as they split the vote,
right,
he has the absolute chance.
Right.
If they don't decide to go do a Hillary and Barack and go sit down in the back room and say, all right, I got it this time, and roll rock, paper, scissors, they say one of those candidates can beat him, but the three of them cannot.
Well, again, I remind you that New York is ranked choice voting, right? So ranked choice voting is a little different
Mm-hmm.
in that, so the way it happens is so that they try to make everybody's vote count.
Yeah.
Meaning the person that if you voted for someone and that person doesn't get a large enough percentage of the vote, then your vote can go to someone else that you didn't vote for,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, so because of the way ranked choice works, I think he has an edge. More, what's his name? More Drawing. I can't
I'm
get his
done.
name together.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm still forming words,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah,
Leave me
I'm
alone.
done.
I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
forming
No,
words.
it's all good.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. Last thing. I thought this was interesting. I saw this on. I have this conversation like often at work at my other job, my day
Often.
job. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the Griot is reporting that Kyrie Irving has publicly rejected the viral term YN, which is short for young Negroes, the derogatory version of young Negroes, saying
Right.
he refuses to associate with it out of respect and love for God, calling it derogatory despite its popularity among black youth. He emphasized preferring titles like Uncle or OG, and he expressed support for older generations who instill values and responsibilities in younger black men, criticizing what he sees as an internal harm within our community. While many agree with Irving's stance online, others argue that the term is meant to be playful and not taken seriously, reflecting a generational divide over language and identity in black culture. Now, let me say this. I'm a man of a certain age. I'm a mocha, right? I have turned into something I've never thought I would turn into.
Your father?
Part-
This progressive commercial right
Partly,
now.
yeah. You're turning into your parents. Knock it off. Kyrie is one of my favorite players currently, solely for the shit he say out his mouth.
Mm.
Solely, he is
Literally.
100. Literally, he is one. As much as I don't even say N-word. Now hear me clear what I say.
Okay.
I don't say N-word. I say nigga. I'm in private settings. It is a part of me. It is a part of my upbringing. It's one of my favorite words.
Right.
Now, respectfully to this audience on this platform, no. When I'm on stage, probably not. But when I tell you I absolutely hate the phrase YN,
Right.
it makes my skin crawl. Now, you're asking yourself, well, Lamont, you're a hypocrite. You said you like using the
No.
so-called N-word, but you don't like YN. Here's why. What we are seeing play out on social media is among other things, is just a complete brainwashing in a way that we will not be able to undo. You've made YN so silly, such a caricature in its connection to violence and destruction, that all it does is further desensitize us to the shit we supposed to be working on. I hate it.
Interesting.
It's not playful to
That's
me.
deep.
It's not playful because you got people who aren't that leaning into that,
Right.
aspiring to be, because it's jovial, it's playful, it's slang, it's hip, it's trendy. No, sir. Like I hate even the casual, even just the casual reference in a casual private conversation.
Okay.
Man, I'm going to the car, man. I see these YNs, they out there. Nah, man. Give me young dudes.
Okay.
Give me youngsters.
I got a different perspective.
Okay,
I got
let me
a
hear
different
it.
perspective.
Let me hear it.
Because I am like you as well, right? In certain circles, I'm gonna drop it.
Which what?
Right.
Niggas, negus,
Yeah.
as the
No.
Ethiopian kings, negus,
No.
or YN,
No.
YN.
No. Straight.
Okay.
Straight.
All right.
Think of what?
Hard A. Okay. All right.
Hard A.
Yeah.
Right. I don't see this, and I get you saying it's not playful. I think this is progress. I see this as progress.
How
You know why?
so?
because we have, right, this back to Gen X and boomers, we have been saying we want them to stop saying the N-word.
Okay, I see what you're
So
saying.
they have stopped saying it. And this is this might be their way of progressing past this.
Who
right?
they? Who they? Who you?
The generation, the millennials,
Z, A,
generation
okay.
Alpha, anybody under X.
So you
I would
saying
say,
so you saying
right?
saying the acronym replaces the sting from hearing the word.
Yes. Yes. But this this is, if we're thinking about this in a progression,
Okay.
right? So if we're moving away from saying the N-word all the time and just saying YN, then the next progression might be YG, right? Maybe we get there, but let them go.
What's
we
YG?
don't-
What's YG?
Young God.
Oh, you think that's coming
YG.
back? You think that's coming back?
I think that's where we could go. I think that's progression. Like you got to let them cook. We're going somewhere. Look how, look, we've got this, right? At least, in mixed company, I'm not going to cringe when I hear some young brothers go, yo, and then the YNs was blah, blah, blah. But if I'm on a train and I hear young people and they're like, nah, them niggas was like that, I'm like, oh,
okay.
Why you gonna talk like that?
Okay, okay.
In mixed company.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm here for it. I think it's progress. I think it's progress. I just see it different.
That's no.
Let's think about when rap came out. When rap came out, right?
Sure.
What did the older generation was like? That noise.
Yeah.
That's noise.
Yeah.
That's not music.
That was appropriate,
right?
though.
So now that's you.
Yeah.
That's you
Yeah.
saying that YN, that's
Get off my
noise.
porch.
Get off my lawn.
Nah, but
Saying
but
YN.
all right. So let me counter your counter, right? So by way of the acronym, it now I think it gives too much permission because you say that or it's said by whomever, and the excuse or the justification can be, well, I'm not saying the word. So
They
I'm
already
referring,
say the
like
word.
I know they do.
say the
I know
word
they do.
already.
Yeah, I know they do, and that
You know
bothers
how
me
many
too.
white kids?
Yeah,
It's
sure,
all over.
sure,
Come
sure,
on.
sure. But
they
the moment,
just sing along
but
to
the
the
moment,
most popular song.
yeah, but the moment I hear let's say a white, just casually a white, choosing the safe route of not saying the N-word, but
Right.
then saying those YNs. Oh, I'm triggered just the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beside myself. Oh, just the same. But they like, well, I ain't say the word. I was just saying it was
Right.
20 YNs around my car. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think
Right.
that's
But
that's problematic
thing-
to
no.
me. I don't like the acronym.
No, I think because anytime, because even if if it's you use the hard ER, right? Like you say, it's acceptable to say the A, but if you say hard ER,
At the
that's
house.
not acceptable.
For me, at the house.
Right? I
Yeah.
got you. At the
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
at the
yeah.
house, whatever. So some young white kids saying YN or yo, that's my N. That's not the same energy as someone who is like, there are some NIGGERs
Yeah, you-
hanging around my car.
You and
right?
I,
So it's
you and I
always
know that.
intention.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, we
right.
know that.
A lot of that. So context, intention, all of that matters. But in terms of how I perceive this, I think it's progress.
That's interesting. That is,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to disagree on that one.
That's
Love you to
all
death,
right.
but yeah, we got agree to disagree. He also says he prefers Unc and OG, and I talk about this on stage because I don't like Unc at all.
And
At
kids
work.
are not calling each other Unc.
No, not each other, no, but they
No.
but they
Nobody's calling Kyrie Irving YN either. He doesn't fit the bill.
no, he's Unc.
He doesn't fit the bill.
He's
Yes, he's an Unc. So
yeah,
why
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, I prefer if you call me Unc. Okay, Unc, but that doesn't. We're not gonna. These young people are not gonna refer to each other as yo OG. Yo,
No.
And they're not referring to older people as YN. So I don't even understand what he means by that.
Yeah,
Nobody's calling him a YN.
Yeah.
He's not.
I think he was just answering to the point of what he prefers being called, regardless of the YN.
Right.
Yeah. But I was saying I don't like Unc. They Unc me to death at work, and they
Yeah.
25, 26,
Right.
and so I come
No.
in there talking shit. I be like, hey man, nah, don't call me Unc, call me Daddy, and they be like, you ain't my father. I said, well, I ain't your uncle either. So it's Mr. Lamont. You know what I mean? I'll take. I'm leaning into OG because I'll take that.
Right.
That is a little
Right.
more of a sign of respect. But
Right.
they give Unc to everybody, and I don't, it'd be annoying me.
Yeah.
I'm easily annoyed though.
Unc is it's a familiarity
Nah, I don't know
kind
you.
of
I don't know
respect.
you.
No,
Nah, I don't know
Wow.
because look out, Unc.
I don't
It's like
see
you.
that like that.
Nah, it's like you playing. It's like you playing with me. You disparage your ageism.
See, I think
It's
you're
disparaging.
sensitive, brother.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all that is. That you're
Yeah.
just a little sensitive right now. It's coming out.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
All
Put your
right,
dress
so,
down.
so there it
Sure.
is. I'm gonna let you get out of here because you got a tea time. Now, speaking
I got a tea
speaking
time.
of tea time, I don't know if you caught
Yes.
or heard me talking about my experience out the country.
You didn't see me. You didn't get my Google form then,
Yeah,
because I filled that out.
Yes,
bro.
and I
I'm there.
appreciate you for doing that next year. It's going to be a situation, and I'd love to have you come join and play with us.
Yes.
Overseas. So more details
Yes,
on
golf
that.
in Barbados.
Oh man, that
would
would be
love
exciting.
that.
That would be exciting.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
More details coming soon on that. Thank you once again. Welcome back. It is an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for
to
having
have
me.
you, fan favorite, friend of the program, and hey, best to you, and hit them straight today.
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, family. Y'all be good.
All right, we'll
Love
take
you. I
a
really do.
quick break and come on back.
This is Urban View Mornings, weekdays from 7 to 10 a.m. East on Sirius XM Urban View, where talk empowers and becomes action.